Hello, my loves. I'm Venus Morrigan, and today we're going to explore a subject that touches more lives than most people realize: pornography and its effect on real-life intimacy. It's a topic that carries so many opinions, emotions, and judgments. Some say it's harmless, a natural part of exploring desire, while others warn of its dangers, claiming it can damage relationships, distort expectations, and even numb the ability to feel true connection. But what does science say? What really happens to your mind, your body, and your relationships when porn becomes part of your daily life? Before we begin, take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support allows us to keep having these honest, intimate conversations that break through the noise and bring clarity to topics that are often misunderstood. Now, let's begin. For many people, pornography is their first introduction to sexuality. It offers a window into a world of desire, pleasure, and exploration. But what often begins as curiosity can sometimes evolve into something more complex, something that shapes expectations, rewires the brain's reward system, and influences how real-life intimacy is experienced. You see, the human brain is designed to seek pleasure. When you watch porn, your brain releases dopamine, the neurotransmitter that creates feelings of reward and motivation. It's the same chemical surge you get from food, exercise, and even love. But the difference is that porn delivers this dopamine hit instantly, without the need for connection, effort, or emotional vulnerability. And here's where things get complicated. Over time, repeated exposure to these quick, intense bursts of dopamine can desensitize the brain's reward system. What once felt exciting begins to feel routine. The brain starts craving more novelty, more intensity, leading some people to seek more extreme or frequent stimulation just to feel the same level of excitement. This is what researchers call tolerance, the need for greater stimulation to achieve the same effect. But the real challenge is not just what happens in front of the screen, it's what happens when you step away from it. When the brain becomes accustomed to the instant gratification of porn, real-life intimacy can sometimes feel different, less exciting, less urgent. This isn't because there's anything wrong with your partner or your relationship. It's because the brain has been trained to expect a level of stimulation that real life, with all its complexity and unpredictability, simply can't replicate. Suddenly, the slow, tender moments that build connection, the eye contact, the anticipation, the emotional closeness, may feel less rewarding than the instant rush of pixels on a screen. But the impact goes beyond physical arousal. Pornography can also shape beliefs and expectations about what sex should look like, how bodies should perform, and what pleasure should feel like. It often portrays exaggerated scenarios, perfect bodies, endless stamina, and instant orgasms that rarely reflect the nuances of real-life intimacy. And when those expectations are carried into relationships, they can create pressure to perform, to please, to meet unrealistic standards. This pressure, in turn, can lead to performance anxiety, decreased confidence, and a sense of disconnection from both your partner and yourself. But perhaps the most profound impact is on emotional intimacy. True connection, the kind that leaves you feeling seen, understood, and deeply satisfied, requires vulnerability. It requires being present, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. Yet, when the brain becomes accustomed to the quick, detached pleasure of pornography, it can become harder to stay present during real-life intimacy. Some people describe feeling distant, distracted, or unable to fully engage with their partner. Others find it difficult to maintain desire or reach orgasm without the mental imagery of what they've seen online. And this disconnection doesn't just affect relationships, it affects self-perception. When someone becomes dependent on porn for sexual release, it can lead to feelings of guilt, shame, or frustration, especially if they feel unable to control their consumption. This cycle of desire, release, and regret can create a sense of powerlessness, making it harder to feel confident and in control of one's own sexuality. But here's the good news: these effects are not permanent. The brain is incredibly adaptable. Just as it can be rewired through repeated exposure to artificial stimulation, it can also be rewired through new, healthier experiences. When someone steps away from pornography, even for a short time, the brain begins to reset. Dopamine sensitivity increases, making real-life pleasure more intense and satisfying. Emotional connection becomes more rewarding. The ability to stay present during intimacy returns. But the key to lasting change is not just about quitting porn, it's about rediscovering what true intimacy feels like. It's about learning to connect with your own body, your own desires, without relying on external stimulation. It's about rebuilding confidence, learning to trust yourself, and understanding that pleasure is not just about physical release. It's about connection, both with yourself and with those you care about. And if you're in a relationship, this journey becomes even more powerful. When you choose to be fully present with your partner, to explore their body with curiosity and care, to share your desires without fear or shame, you create a space where both of you can experience pleasure on a deeper level. The focus shifts from performance to connection, from expectation to exploration. And in that space, intimacy becomes more than just physical. It becomes a source of emotional closeness, trust, and fulfillment. So, my love, if you've ever felt that pornography is holding you back from experiencing the intimacy you truly desire, know this: you are not alone and you are not broken. Your brain, your body, and your desires are all capable of incredible transformation. The key is to give yourself permission to step away from what no longer serves you and to rediscover the beauty of real, connected intimacy. I hope this conversation has given you insight, clarity, and maybe even a bit of hope. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you experienced the impact of pornography on your relationships or your own sense of intimacy? What changes have made the biggest difference for you? I love hearing your stories, and every time we talk about these topics, we create space for greater understanding, growth, and connection. Sending you all my warmth, and until next time, trust yourself, embrace your desires, and never be afraid to seek the intimacy that truly fulfills you. A soft kiss, and I'll see you soon.